Hey, so let me do this last segment right here after you compile and everything with it. And of course, the Android Studio um, virtual machine pops up over here. Your AVN, your Android virtual machine, has this up here on the right hand side. But I want to point out this right here at the bottom of it. If um, your virtual machine's not, your emulator is not coming up with it, your AVD with it. If it's not coming up with it, if you can go down there and again, I'm going to click on the bottom over here. So I'm going to zoom in on the left over here, at the bottom left over here, so you can see what's going on over here. And I want to walk you through some of this with it as well. So let me zoom in. So let me zoom in on this bottom left over here. After you hit the compile button is the run button up here on the top, and it's going to run, and it's going to, if it doesn't appear like a black screen and you're going, what's going on with it, like I said, your compiler, this Android Studio IDE needs RAM with it, right? So what you need to do is, a lot of times, if you're running too much stuff in your taskbar, it's eating up all your RAM with it, slowing down with it. So to help it with it, if you can click on, let me walk you through this, some of the problems that I have, and these are, I want to category, they're benign or malignant, kind of like a cancer term with it. But there are some things that you can get away with some of the statements on here with it. That's okay. If you look at the way how I have the current files, it says problems, they're not detrimental. That hinders your compiling process with it. It's okay to have these errors in here if you can see what I'm talking about. That's the problems. And if you click on, on some of these, for example, terminal, it gives you what happens on kind of like a DOS environment. You can run it out with it. The build, a lot of times, this would tell you build successfully in 33 seconds with it. So these are the type of things that you could see how on the terminal side what takes place on with it as well. So again, everything is very, very, it's very, it works, everything with it. Once you compile this, make sure you take a screenshot of this. Let me move this out of the way. Make sure you take the screenshot of this using your snipping tool. So if you open up your snipping tool like this, I'm using Windows 10. If you click on the new tool and if you want to draw, all I need to see is your emulator. Of course, not just your emulator with it. I need to see something that you have in action, and that's what you plan to do with it. So do a demo in there for me. Punch in some numbers. So 36, let's say 89, and click on Add. Take a screenshot of this. So this is what I need to see is making sure that the math is right in here as well. You could do this, take a screenshot of this. This is one way of it. Copy and paste this into the class exercise number 3 Word document, and then you upload it with it. So let me close this. This is one way of doing it. It's this way. The other way is down here inside of this. There is a screenshot that you can do. So this little screen right here, if you click on take screenshot, well, technically that's what it actually takes, is the screenshot of the app. Do you see that? That's just another step you could do, but I don't want you to do that. And then you have to take a screenshot of this and take it over. So anyway, I like the phone better when I actually, this is the PNG right here, and you need to do file save as and find out where this is with it, but that's always, okay, so that's another way of doing it, right? So again, I just need a screenshot of this, so depending on how you want to use this, okay? So this concludes the class exercise on the two numbers adding to this. If we have more time, we will build like a calculator out of this, all right? So these are just only two numbers we're adding with it. I do want to point this out to as well. If I went into this app right now, because we didn't give it a null, which is an empty, if I left as two empty spaces in here and I clicked on add, it's going to crash because I didn't write if statement. If it's null, then what should I do, right? That's not what I want you to do. I just want you to make sure that we did a layout with this and get into some coding over here that you could see with it, all right? For you to understand what is on click listener when this thing happens, when you click on the add, watch. I'm going to crash this purposely for you to see. So I click on that, and of course it crashes, right? So you see how that kind of disappears with it, and that's what happens. So I'm going to stop it. So I'm going to stop this right here. and kind of show you what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording. So that concludes this particular exercise.